Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is November the 28th, 2022, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Tonight, I have a special guest with me, April Story, and I'm telling you what, she is dynamite, and she is sure to bring a lot of great content to the channel. We've already been giggling just a little bit, and she's going to be fun, fabulous, and we're just going to sit back and have a great time tonight. I'll slip over into the chat real quick and welcome those that are coming in now. Then later on, I'll slip back for those that I've missed and catch those then. Good evening, Kathleen, and welcome. Guess who, Nancy? Thank you, sweetheart, for hopping in. Renee, thank you. Hey, Heather. Have we hit the live in 5? Yes, we're live now, girlfriend. Amy C, hello, everyone. I'm up from my nap just in time. Good thing, girlfriend, or I'd had to hold this up just for you, babe. So I'm going to slip back to the chat periodically and catch whoever slips in. But I am so thankful and blessed to have you here, girl. And thank you for making time for me.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
I'm just going to hit the basics first. Can you give me a little back history on you, like married, pets, kids?
Sure.
What part of the United States? I don't need your hometown because we know how that goes.
Yes. Yep. I live in Kentucky. I am married and have been since 1989. We have 2 girls. One is 30 and one is 27. Both are married. They both got married in the summer of COVID. Is just how I refer to it. So it was nice because we can only have small groups of people. So they didn't go overboard on the cost. I have 2 grandchildren and they're my oldest daughters. So I've got one that's 6 going on 7. That's Kylie. And if they watch my channel, they've probably seen her in some of the videos. And then my youngest granddaughter is 18 months and she was born in August and her name is Macy.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm a computer programmer by day and I quilt for fun.
I think we all start that way.
Yeah.
So how did you ever get started into quilting? What's your back history?
So I've sewn for years. When my mother taught me how to sew when I was younger, and I made mostly clothes and blankets.
Hold on, she froze. She'll be right back.
Yeah, it's not froze.
It's okay. While she's froze for a second, coming back, I'm gonna welcome those that are coming late to the chat. Hello, Nancy. So Terry, hello. Delia, hello. Carrie, Amy, around to it, Shirley, Zandra, Paula Hoofengardner, Sandra K. So I'm waiting on her to slip back. We might have to do a re-add. She's frozen, so hang tight. We all know technology at its finest. So they could have had an internet glitch or anything, so just hang tight. She'll work it out on her end. She went out. She's going to have to come back in. She'll know to do that. So with that being said, you're stuck with me for just a couple seconds. So while she's coming back and Joe is waiting to let her back in when she knocks on the said door, I'm going to go ahead and give you a few little tidbits. We are now just 3 days out. Hold on. She goes, I got disconnected. Come back on same link. Okay, she'll be right back. So we're just 3 days out as of right now on the 12 days of Quiltmas. Now, how cool is that? This is the one where the 12 content creators have came together and we're hitting YouTube hard with a lot of amazing content that's sure to please each and every one of you. 12 of us came together in a core group. We all mailed each other the ugliest fabric that you could imagine. And with that being said, the amazing lineup is going to kick off December the 1st and run through December the 12th. April, welcome back, babe. This happens. We get glitches. It's all good. Life happens. So I'm just now giving them the rollout. 3 days, 12 days of Christmas.
Okay.
6:30 p.m. There's going to be premieres rollout. It's going to start on the 1st and run through the 12th. Each and every channel is going to have their own separate giveaways. So you're going to have to watch every channel. You're going to have to collect every separate word from all the channels. And it's going to be filled out on a Google form of some sort of channel, content creator's choice. And then that creator will be doing the separate giveaway on their channel within a timely fashion and mailing out to said winner. Easiest way that I can think to explain it. So on the 1st, you're going to watch Tracy over at the Sewing channel. The 2nd is going to be Tiffany at Tiffany's Quilting Life. The 3rd is Kristen over at I See Stars. The 4th is infamous April of April Stories. Becca over at So Becca is the 5th. Di of Sister Chicks is the 6th. Ian, the off-kilter crafter, is the 7th. Chris of Sew the Distance is the 8th. Fallon of So Be It Quilts is the 9th. My channel is the 10th. TeresaLouise I Quilt Too is the 11th. And Tucker of Tucker Sewing and Quilting is the 12th. Now, all that information is going to be linked in the description box. Every channel has been dropping out, whether it be in their community tabs, whether it be in their shorts, whether it be in a little video, any videos that any of these content creators are putting out right now, we're all blasting you, telling you where you need to go, pointing you in the right directions. So with that being said, we're going to slip back into this interview. So if I missed anything, April, you fill it in.
Oh, no, that sounds good. No, yeah.
That's
I think
about
you covered everything.
The big overview. And as each channel's rolling out, make sure you listen because things change daily. I mean, the lineup is right. I can tell you that. The going out is premieres at 6:30. As many of us going to try to be in each and every one's chat, and we're going to be chatting it up with you a bit. I'm looking forward to seeing what each and every one has created. It's going to be mind-blowing to see how we could all take the ugliest fabric. Such either ugly or pretty projects. Quilts, wall hangings. Someone might win it and say it's a doormat. I don't know. But it's going to be fun. So
yeah.
Back to where we left off. How did you get into quilting?
Okay. So I sewed for a long time. My mom taught me. And then after my kids were grown, I was more in, or when my kids were younger, I was more into scrapbooking and card making. And then I went to the quilt shop that my mom liked to go to get her a gift certificate for Christmas. And I noticed that they had a block of the month, a mystery block of the month. And it was like $35. And they gave you the fabric that you needed. And all you had to do was attend a monthly meeting, which is where they showed you all their new fabrics and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And I thought that'll be cool. So actually my mother-in-law and I both signed up. So it was my mother, and my mother-in-law. My mother and mother-in-law are friends. So
oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, it works out nicely at holidays, especially.
One house up.
Yeah, exactly. So my mother-in-law and my mom would come out to my house, and mom would help Betty and I, who is my mother-in-law, figure out, how to cut things and that, because we were new at quilting. And it was excruciating for the first 2 years. I signed up for year number 2 and I was like, oh my gosh. But year number 3, the pattern and the colors were my colors. Oh. They were the lime green and the pink and the bright blue. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like scrapbooking, but with fabric. So that's when I fell in love with quilting. And I have been quilting ever since with bright colors.
That's so cool though. You remind me more like a tulip ink girl, all the beautiful prints,
Yes.
I've only been quilting a couple years. I'm a COVID quilter per se, mass maker.
Okay.
I'd never sewed before. Mass maker turned quilter. I had to find something to do with the leftovers, you know?
Yes, I do.
How old would you say you were when you made your first quilt?
Let's see. I think that was in 5 years. I was probably 49.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to like gauge, you know, I was like
Yeah.
55. So I'm just seeing
Okay.
a lot of us is like midlife quilters per se, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Empty nester
Yep.
quilters. I don't know what you want to say.
Yeah.
What type of a sewing machine do you use? Or what did you start on versus what you have now? And which would you, you know, because we all
Okay.
evolve, we all go,
Right.
we find our favorites.
Right. So I started on a brother machine that I had purchased from, I think, HSN, like, I don't know, 10 years before. I mean, I had it for forever. And then I used that until we got into those pretty colors. And then I bought an Elna, which was a little more sophisticated. It, you know, the 1/4 inch seam and that. And then probably a couple of years after that, I went into the Janome Continental M7, and that's what I've been using since then.
Yeah,
And
I heard
I really
that's
like it.
sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. And my husband, so I see all these videos where people were taking just kitchen tables and taking a jigsaw and cutting a hole out and putting the sewing machine in. So I had a library table that that was from my grandmother, and my husband called it a piece of junk because there were pieces of it, like lattice work on the front, that was falling off. And I'm like, it's not junk, it's an heirloom. So I said, let's take that. Do you have a jigsaw? He said yes. And I'm like, can you cut a hole in this and so I can put my sewing machine down in it? And he said, sure. So we brought it downstairs and he actually fixed the lattice work. And then he and his dad cut a hole in the top. And then he left his dad in the out in the garage. And his dad started like stripping the top and
Oh,
taking off the black paint that had been put on it. It was tiger oak. It's beautiful.
holy moly.
Yeah. So now I've got my Janome in that. The top is gorgeous. And then I just left the bottom black because you know how the top being the
Mhm.
wood now and the painted on the bottom. So it's not a piece of junk. It was repurposed.
This is called Great Minds Think Alike. I had the
Uh-huh.
same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have that tiger, but I had what heirloom. Joe called it junk.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't
Uh-huh.
leaving. And I told him, I said, I need my sewing machine down in. He goes, you want me to do what? I said, it's the new thing everybody's doing. Can I have it? So
Yep.
I come home one day and it's down in, and I slid a cutting
Nice.
mat up in, and that way
Uh-huh.
I can cut right here and it slides really easy. And I'm like, I'm
Oh,
set to
yeah.
go. I love it.
Yep. Yep. Me
I'm a
too.
simple, cheap fix. Let me see. You've took quilting lessons per se. How much time in an average week would you say you actually get time to enjoy sewing?
I would say at least an hour a day or a couple hours, 1 to 2 hours during the week, like Monday through Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I probably, depending on what we're doing, at least one day get to spend a good 6 hours working on it.
Do
And
you,
then,
we're gonna
sometimes I
like
get two.
this. One of my subscribers, do you find quilting therapeutic?
Yes, very much so.
It's cheaper
Very
than
much so.
therapy. We can
Yeah,
get
it
in our
is.
zones, you know?
Yep.
What kind of batting do you prefer?
I like the warm and natural, the cream colored batting. That's
Have
my
you ever
favorite.
heard of, I found this out last night and I'm like, mind blowing. Like when you're doing a dark project, you know, as we quilt sometimes, the little light colors will come through or you'll still be able to see it.
Yeah,
Did you know they make black batting?
I did. I've never
I
tried
was
it.
just like, never saw it. And
Yeah.
I think it was the Debt Free Quilter and I, we were talking last night, and she told me that. I was like, no, I've dyed mine dark before. I had no
Really? Oh,
clue.
wow.
No clue. So it's something new we learn.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite fabric line that you like?
3 Wishes. I don't know who does the 3 Wishes, but they've got little animals, and I love 3 Wishes.
Oh, cool beans. Do you have a favorite thread that you like?
Actually, I love the Hobby Lobby Egyptian cotton thread,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah, it's all on clearance, or it was all on clearance. So I don't know if they're going to make it anymore or not. So I stocked up. But
Oh,
yeah, that's my favorite.
guarantee you.
Mhm.
Do you have a quilt that you're working on now?
Yeah, I do.
That's just a sad question. I knew I'd
I
get a
do
giggle out of
actually.
it. If
Yeah,
she tells us, shot
yep,
to kill us. Do
exactly.
you ever write up your own designs?
Oh yeah, yep. And I usually try and share them too
Absolute. I
because they're
love your
pretty simple.
no. I'll do the pause and write yours down because I love them so much.
Oh, thank you.
Where do you find your quilt patterns that you like buy? Do you have a favorite designer of quilt?
No, I usually go by how they look. The little cards, the little Villa Rosa
Mm-hmm.
and 3-yard quilts, those are 2 of my favorites.
Yeah, I
But
love Donna
depend
Robertson quilts. I'm
Oh my
just like,
gosh,
we
yes.
just went through a series on my channel where my subscribers and I and another YouTuber, we joined forces kind of and went through
Uh-huh.
September, October, November, and December doing 3-yard quilts for either giveaways or Christmas. So we're going to
Yes.
circle back in February and hit that again so they can work on other stuff. But I love the 3-yard because just because the pattern says one design, one color, you can change it up. And
Yep.
yeah, we did
Yeah.
Winter Wonderland in breast cancer for October, and
Yeah, I did a breast cancer one too. It was a
I saw
3-yard
yours
quilt.
as soon
Yep,
as
the
mine
ribbon.
hit, and I was like, boy, I loved your idea. As a survivor, I'm just like always on breast cancer. I'll beat
Yes, yes.
I'll beat the snot out of everybody. Go get checks. If you had a guilty pleasure, what would it be? Eat more chocolate.
Pretty much.
I'm with you.
To sit and watch YouTube all the time. I could sit and watch YouTube videos about quilting or tiny homes. That's my guilty pleasure. I like to do the tours, watch the tours of tiny homes. I could never fit in a tiny home, but
That's what
I'm
Joe and I
obsessed.
said. We love them. All the minds coming together to make such a cute place. But
Yes.
he's 6'4" and I'm 5'10". There's no way. There's no room
No.
inside for us. We would
Nope.
need all the outdoor amenities. What's the next one? Have you ever had a quilting disaster that you couldn't fix?
Yes, I did. Okay, I watched, oh, now I can't think of her name, but she took flannel and she did a quilt, the rag quilt, but instead of actually trimming clipping the little pieces individually, she folded them over and somehow was able to, with folds, clip the little folds and come out with a rag quilt. I love the fabric that I messed up, but it's still in a box. And every time I look at it, I'm like, surely I can fix this. And then I put it back. It's like,
Yeah.
never mind.
I like the one that Tracy did, and it was kind of like I think she used cotton and she made it like she went up the little seams and left the raw edges. I can't remember the name of the quilt. It was just here recently.
Oh, okay. I'll have to
And
go
I
back
wanted to
and
do it
look
on
at
just a scrap piece, wash it a zillion times because I don't want to do a great big quilt if it's not going to work for me. So I'll do
Yeah,
a tester,
exactly. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite color?
Red.
Do you have a long arm?
I do.
And what kind of long arm do you have?
I have an APQS, and then I also have a Grace long arm that Grace Company sent me. So
Oh, you can't
to
beat
work on.
that.
No, I can't. Once we put it together.
How long have you been long arming your own stuff And did you ever send it out?
I have never had one of my quilts quilted. I have always quilted my own. Until this summer, I think I got my long arm in June. I did all of mine on my domestic machine. And for a while I had a sit down Bernina, a Q16, and I did it on the Q16, but I have never sent a quilt out to be quilted. I've done all my quilting.
Oh, wow. I'm going to slip into the chat real quick. Hello, Beth of Goody Goods, and welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. And for those that don't know, Beth is so close to her 1,000 mark. If you're not subscribed, please slip over and give her a look. See, if you like the content that she shares, please give her that like, ring the bell for notifications, and subscribe. It'll mean everything to her. Let me see. Susie, hello. Kathleen, hello. So Terry, Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life. Hello, Donna and April and everyone. I just love Tiffany with all my heart. The girl's got more talent in her one finger than I'll ever have the rest of my life. She can make any kind of a tidbit look amazing. And I'm just like mind blown. The Crafty Panda, hello, sweetheart Mary. We love you to pieces. And thanks for taking time and hopping on tonight. So I'm going to slip back here. What got you interested? Did you like use your domestic when you first began? And did you free motion on it, or did you like do the stitch in the ditch until you got more comfortable? What kind of quilting did you do on it?
Well, you know how you're supposed to start small? I didn't do that. I put a full-size quilt. Well, full size for me. So it's like, lap quilt, and dropped the feed dogs, watched a few YouTube videos, and just started quilting. It was awful. It looked horrible, but I learned a lot. But I did it on my domestic machine, and I've done stitch in the ditch since then, and found that it would probably have been better to start with 2 fat quarters sandwiched together with some batting. But yeah, I just went whole hog and did a whole quilt. I've actually I gave it to my granddaughter.
I can remember my first quilt, and I thought, I was just overzealous. I think we all start that way,
Yes.
And I took all my scraps, cut them up, added some of my granddaughter's baby clothes. I wanted to do my first quilt for my daughter. So I interfaced them. I followed all the rules, got this baby. It looked beautiful until I quilted it. I had never quilted, so I read everything, and I was on my stinger machine, dropped the feed dogs, did just like you. But I was doing little pebbles. I wanted little circles.
Oh.
When I was all done, turned that thing over. And she goes, Mom, it's beautiful. And I said, don't look at the back. She goes, Mom, that's a lot of quilting. And I said, wash it a lot, and it might lose everything. I said, don't pull a string, it'll probably fall apart. So it's 2 years later, she dearly loves it, but it's hysterical to see what I gave her. And I was so proud of it, So what I can make now, I'm like, wow, that was dumb. But it had how if you go too fast, you get the eyelashes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told her that back then. I said, I think that was done on purpose. I think that's a style. I didn't know. I said, I don't know why it's doing it, but it was a queen size.
It's a decorative stitch.
It was a queen size on a domestic. I can laugh now, but I was like, I was a fool. I think we all have those bloomers.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever won any prizes or like entered your quilts into like quilt shows or ribbons, anything like that?
I have not. No, I quilt for fun, and I'm not real accurate. So I don't think I would do all that well in a quilt show.
Oh, bless your heart. I love your stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Would you say your quilting style is more traditional or artsy?
I don't know if it's traditional. I don't know if it's artsy. It's fast. It's simple. How about simple traditional? We'll go with simple traditional.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever long arm for friends, or do you do it as a service for anyone, or are you just strictly, this is my thing?
I have actually 2 quilts right now that a friend of mine gave me to do for her, and because they're practice. So I'll do them just for free because,
They're fine.
I just got it this summer. So yeah. So I'm not very good. I told Tiffany the first one I did, it's like, oh man, I'm awful.
Oh,
Awful.
honey, you're not awful.
But so I do not intend on doing it as a business. I'll do it for friends and family.
Absolutely.
And yeah, mostly I want to give my quilts, donate them, and then, family members, friends, that kind of thing, give them away.
Absolute. I'm a giver. That's my thing.
Yep.
Our channel is a
Yeah.
lot based like charity, whatever.
Yes.
We give back. And
Yeah.
I like the fun of making stuff. If my
Yeah.
shelf gets too full and I can't give it away, I'll sell it just to get it out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you organize like your projects? Do you just like cut them, and how do you like walk me through a project from beginning to like how you do it? Do you do like
So
design boards up to the design wall when you cut it out? Do you do block for block? What's your thought process when you're doing a quilt?
normally I figure out the pattern and then I cut pieces and put them on the design wall. And if I know if it's a pattern that's somebody else's pattern that there's a certain way they're supposed to go, then I'll put them up on the design wall that way. Sometimes I just use the design wall to decide what I'm going to do with what I've cut out. If it's something, a pattern that I'm coming up with myself. And then if I don't finish it, I either put it in one of those big Ziploc bags and label it and go back to it later. Or I try to finish things as I cut them out because otherwise I don't always get back to them.
Do you ever find you have a lot of like UFOs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
stored in
trying
little bins.
this year to end the year with none, and I've got 3
Oh,
more
you
to
go,
go.
girl.
That's my goal.
Oh my goodness,
3
that's
more.
awesome.
I didn't realize I had so many. So the last few weeks, I'm like, when I was reorganizing, I was like, got to hit this hard. My goal is to get them out of here. But I'm like, you see that squirrel, and oh, I like that. I'll stop this and do that.
Squirrels run around my house. It's crazy. They're everywhere.
My husband didn't understand what it was when I told him. I said, I swear to God, I'm having a squirrel moment. Then
He
would
didn't
hear
know.
him talk about it, and he goes, I think you all have lost your mind. He says, now we're all just squirrely. Do you have like a time of day that you find you're more creative?
Usually about midday is when I think of things and write them down and think, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this and this tonight. And then, 5 or 6 o'clock rolls around and I'm like, nah, I don't feel like it. So it's got to be midday.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night with a fabulous idea and you just got to jot it down?
No, I sleep like a log.
Ah, lucky duck. Yeah, there's a few of us that is like, when it hits you, you got to write it down because by morning you don't know if you dreamt it.
Yes.
I've got so many questions people has sent in, which is a good
Oh.
problem to have. I want to make sure I have this right. What materials do you like for the batting? We've already discussed that, but do you like use your 108s or do you piece batting or do you use like leftover fabric and make like an after quilt? What's your preference?
For the batting or for the
For the
leftover
backing.
pieces? Oh, for the backing? No, I usually don't do the after quilt or piece it. I usually when I find something that I like and that I think it'll be a good backing, I'll usually buy, like if it's regular width, I'll buy 4 yards of it. And if it's the 108, then I will buy 3 yards. And 108 is my preference. Not having to sew it at all is my preference.
Now, the next question, do you iron or do you just load it and pull the wrinkles out if there's any?
I load it and I spritz water on it as it rolls up, and that usually gets all the wrinkles out. I do not iron.
Yeah, I load it and then I just pull back and forth till I don't see anymore. I didn't think about the spritz, and that's a good idea.
Yeah, I watched somebody, I can't think of her name, but she does the long arming like live whenever she does a quilt, and she does quilts for people. And she says, just spritz a little water. And then as you're rolling it on the rollers, do this business, and it
Right.
gets rid of the wrinkles.
Had no clue. Love it. I'll be trying that one.
Yep, it works well.
What do you do with all the quilts that you finish?
I usually, I try to give them away. Most of the time, I've got my older daughter who always wants whatever it is that I've made. And if she comes over before I'm able to give it away, she usually ends up with it. My Harry Potter quilt that I made, it's gone. She took it.
Oh, God love her. That was
Yeah.
darling. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was telling my daughter, she's a Harry Potter nut, and I was like, you got to check
Wow.
this. So I sent her the video and a link. She's like, Mom, she's good. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah.
so it's gone.
Oh, God love you. Do you ever find that you've outquilted your family? Like every time you make a quilt, it's like, hey, I got one. You want to come look? And they're like, yeah, we've got enough.
Just my oldest granddaughter so far. Everybody else seems to want more and more and more. But my oldest granddaughter, she's got a quilt for every season, every holiday.
Yeah, my granddaughter will claim anything I'm making.
Oh, yeah.
They want it, they got to have it. My daughter's like, please keep her out of your sewing room. There's no more room. Yeah, she gets the notions like she wants a bunny quilt or whatever. And I'm like, sure, I can do that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Let me see. Someone asked this, you're going to like this. Have you ever quilted with bedspreads?
I have not, but I will say we don't use the flat sheets when we buy sheet sets. For some reason, I mean, when I was growing up, you made the bed and you put the flat sheet on. Neither one of my daughters do. We don't have a flat sheet on our bed because my husband rolls up in his quilt and I roll up in mine. So I have actually saved sheets to use those for backing. I haven't done it yet, but I plan on doing it because I've heard it works out.
It's a win. I don't know.
Yep. I don't either.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Yeah. You're going to have to let me know because
I will.
4 people emailed me asking, find out if she does it because they're trying to find out before they start doing it.
Right.
If it works. So I was like, I can.
Yeah. The same lady who told me or that I watched on YouTube about the spritz bottle, she uses sheets on the back of hers too. So she's a professional.
She's a pro.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't want to miss anything. Would you classify your quilts as functional or showpieces?
Functional. Very, very functional.
Do you label your quilts?
I don't, and I need to. I have a friend of mine who keeps getting on me because I haven't, and I need to start doing that.
Have you ever logged them so you'll always remember?
No, I should probably do that too.
Yeah. Tiffany just said, I use sheets all the time. There you go.
Okay, cool. See, there, yep. If Tiffany does it, yep.
Tiffany does
absolutely.
it, we know we're good. Because she wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
Exactly.
Absolute. Because, that came in for you. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't know you had a long arm until tonight. So I was like, I'll wait to find out and then I'll keep that question or get rid of it. How do you stay motivated? Do you ever have a project that kind of like beats you down, but you want to finish it?
Yes. And because I think I might have like a little bit of ADD, I lose interest in things pretty quickly. So if something isn't cooperating with me, I'll get frustrated. But actually the thing that keeps me going and completing it is that I'm doing a YouTube video on it. And it's like, I will get this done because I started the project, or if say I'm going to make a quilt for somebody and I want to finish what I've started, and that keeps me motivated. And also just watching other people show what they're working on, that motivates me. So it's like if I get frustrated, but I sit down and watch, Tiffany, and she does her free motion quilting, and that gets me remotivated. And it's like, okay, I'm in the right mindset now. I can go back and conquer this.
Yeah, I go back to Tiffany's quite a bit because I'm new to the long arm too. So I'll pause her and get to where I'm set up like what she's doing. And then I'm like turkey necking, just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. And
well, I'll doodle
so much from her.
Yes, I'll watch her videos and then I'll pause her and like doodle what it is, the design that she's
The
doing,
muscle
and
memory.
then go, yes, yep.
I wish we could bottle her. Just saying. Let me see. Whatever got you turned on to coming onto YouTube?
I have had a YouTube channel since 2010, I think. I started out with scrapbooking videos because that was my scrapbooking phase. And then because I wasn't a YouTube star after, 6 months, then I got frustrated and stopped. And then I did the card making, and I did that for a little while. Of course, card making, there are so many people who do the card making videos. That's I think a hard one to get into. And when I wasn't a YouTube star after 6 months, I stopped. And then for some reason, when I started doing the quilting, I just decided, you know what? I don't care if I'm a YouTube star or not. I'm just going to share what I know and hopefully get people. Everything I would watch, it didn't work the same when I did it the first time, because you see somebody doing something and they do it right the first time, and you expect that you should be able to do it right the first time. But then when you go to try it, it doesn't work out right the first time. And I'm like, I want to show people what happens in real life when it doesn't work out the first time, so that they don't get frustrated because it didn't work out right the first time.
And it totally makes sense. I don't edit. We don't do a lot of edits. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to throw you out there, let them see your mistakes, because that's where everybody's going to learn. No one's perfect. And I was like,
exactly. Yeah.
It's making it easier.
I'm way far away from perfect
sometimes, but I'll work it out,
Yes.
But yeah. I just crack up. He's going, no, you don't. And I'm like, shut up. He's over here going, he's my muscle in my ear going, I don't want to miss anything that's important, but I think I covered some of those. So I want to make sure. Have you ever hurt your hands when you're quilting or sewing? I think
not
more like
yet.
You know how people hit the rotary cutters?
Oh, yes. Now I have cut my part of my hand here with a rotary cutter. And it's like, ooh, that's sharp. But I have not, fortunately, put a needle through my finger yet. I hope to avoid that.
Yeah, I did.
Now I do. Oh my goodness. I have stuck my finger like when I was trying to get thread from under a needle on the machine, and I'm like, ow, that hurts. So
yeah, I was long arming one day and not paying attention. He said something, I went to look, and I long armed up my finger, and I said,
"Oh my
honey,
God.
I
Did it hurt?
Oh, holy Jesus, yes. I went to the ER.
Oh my God.
And they straight into X-ray because they know me. I used to work there. And they're like, the good part is call Joe and find out the needle's in the machine, because we can get the stitches out. I mean, you can still see the stitches.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it wasn't one of my brighter moments. I was just like dying on that one. Let me see. Do you have a favorite quilt that you've made so far?
I think I have two. The daisy quilt that I made that I added the crystals to is my favorite. I kept that one. And then Three Wishes had a horse themed set of fabric, and I made that actually on Derby Day. Probably not this year, but last year. And I love that quilt. Those are my two favorites.
Cool. Tiffany says, I've done that and God, it stuck in my nail. And I'm like, oh, yeah, mine was just up my finger, missed the bone. I can't imagine that would have, I even screwed my finger. Whoa, screwed. Got to, I have to adjust the trifocals. I even sewed my finger with my Juki on a live stream. Hopefully that never happens to you all. I would tell Joe's got the kill switch, you know? So that's what everybody calls it when I just disappear. He's killed me. He hits the kill switch. So if something bad happens, you know, he's hitting the kill switch. Crafty Panda. I started as a quilter in 1986 and became a scrapbooker in 2001. And I've also dabbled in card making. God bless you is all I got. Not a no. Brenda Foley, I met in April. Brenda Foley met you in person at Mount Washington at a big quilt shop meeting. Christy Moses. Yep. How cool is that?
Yes. She's got a channel, right?
No. Brenda Foley doesn't have a channel.
Oh, okay. I'm getting her confused with somebody else.
She is just the sweetest can be.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to skim to see if anybody's got any questions. I'm going to throw a little tidbit out there for you. I'm going to do a little giveaway real quick. This ought to be cute. And the first one that I see on my end is going to win a quilt pattern. So get your typing fingers ready. It's going to be the first one I see or the first one April sees. We'll do it that way because I got two patterns. Going to give away two patterns tonight, and you're not going to know what they are till they show up in your mailbox. So the question is, and you got to get it right on all counts, what is April's favorite sayings in her video? Go. This is gonna be cute. That's cool, Mary, but dang, burn, it's right. Not seeing nothing yet.
Thinking.
We're gonna see how many know her.
Yep, there you go.
Eat some chocolate, Renee Brown. Yep. And Lucy Scott. Let me write these names down. Hold on. Joe, freeze the chat real quick.
I can't freeze it.
Okay. Renee Brown. Renee Brown and Lucy Scott. Okay, what you ladies need to do is I'm going to give you my email, but Joe's also going to type it in the chat so you have it. You're going to need to email me your mailing address tonight because I'm going to the post office in the morning and these are going to be dropped straight away. So it's Donna at handmadebyying.com. So just email me your address. Really simple. Joe, can you type that in as well?
Renee Brown.
No, you're not. You're typing our email address.
I'll do that, yeah.
Okay, I've got their names. It's going to be Lucy Scott and Renee Brown. I've already got them wrote down over here. All right. These ladies know you, girl. Has any of your kids ever tried to quilt or make a project with you?
As a matter of fact, my youngest daughter, Emily, she worked at the quilt shop that was my mom's favorite local quilt shop for 6 months or a year, something like that. It was, one of the many jobs she had, and she was making a comment about being bored. And I said, you know what? I've got a sewing machine that you could use. And because she's got fabric that she purchased that she hasn't finished her projects with. So she said, oh, good. So maybe I'll get one
How cool
to
is that
start
going to be?
sewing. Yeah.
TeresaLouise, beautiful. Welcome to the chat. You're never late. We can always catch the replay. I'm just happy that you're here with us, girlfriend. Donna asked April if she ate some chocolate before the live. Well, one will never know.
I'm drinking mocha.
That's a form of chocolate.
That's right.
Love it. So let me see. Do you have any favorite quilting tools that you like to use other than Jack?
The seam ripper. We've become quite close.
Yeah.
The my green grid glider that I put on the base of my sewing machine.
Ooh.
It's green and it's got markings, but it just smooths out the top of my sewing machine, and it's not high priced or anything. And if it starts to get a little slick, you just run water over the back and it sticks up again. That's one of my favorite things. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah. Of course, my Alpha rotary cutter. That's one of my favorites. And a magnetic pin holder.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Someone mailed me this and I thought it was so cute. Seam Fix. Never heard tell of it. I just got one.
Yeah.
Have you ever used one? I'm telling you what, after you've had a date with Jack and you rub this, you don't have to pick out those threads. I was just like, and the other night, I never opened it up. I just knew what the little note said. Well, heck, it's got a jack on both ends.
It does.
Someone said, you got a big jack, a little jack. I said, no, I don't. And they're like, pull on it. And I was like, wow, I don't fool with the stuff. I'm just like, I followed the note, said, rub it on your seams. I was just like, Lucy Scott saying, thank you, Donna and April. You are very, very welcome. Renee, you're welcome too. Info's been sent by both parties, and those will be going out. As soon as the live's done, I'll get the envelopes stuffed. And thank you, everybody, for listening tonight. It's just been a fun. Do you ever use quilt magazines or books for your inspirations?
Yes, I do. I've got a couple subscriptions to some magazines, and like I said, the 3-yard quilt books, I always love looking at those, and any magazine I can get my hand on that has quilting in it.
Absolutely. Yeah. You've got a question by Kathy. She wants to know, has April gotten to know her new long arm yet?
The Grace one, no. The APQS one, yes. I've actually cleaned it a couple times and used it for 3 or 4 quilts, I think. So, and I'm going to use it again, like really soon.
Really soon.
Really soon.
Project.
Yes, I am.
Hey, we can drop the ball now. We can talk about it now.
Yes, we can.
And we will before this interview ends.
Awesome.
Do you have a way to thread a needle really easy? That's one of the ones that was sent in.
Get a machine with an automatic needle threading.
Absolutely.
That's how I do mine.
But when they break, what do you do? Pray.
When the needle breaks?
No.
Oh, the threader? Oh, fortunately that hasn't happened yet. I'm going to cry.
You've been blessed. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to break out the cheaters.
That's why I got trifocals. I'm going, when I'm looking at you, it's one thing, then I got to go like this to readjust my cell phone, and I'm like, I look like a bobblehead. I have no idea what this question means, but you might know. Are you a linear or circular quilter? Yeah, that's what I thought, but it was sent in and we've already answered it. And thank you for sending it.
Oh, we did? Which am I?
I have a clue what it means.
Oh, okay.
Do you?
I have no idea.
We're going to take a pass on that one. Okay. Do you prefer white space or filled space? Same person sent the same question.
White space or filled space? White space. I'm going with white space.
I'm doing a rock, paper, scissors shoot. Do you like colors or neutrals?
Colors.
Do you like soft edges or hard?
Hmm. I guess both. I'm going with both.
That's how I'm both. Do you like things to match, or are you more of an unconventional quilter?
I'm matchy. Gymboree. That was my favorite place to buy my kids' clothes.
Yeah.
For animals. I wish they had them for adults.
Do you ever do Franken batting? Is one of your questions.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I even have a video on how to put it together. Yep.
April, have you ever finished a project that we started? And sorry, life got in the way of it.
No, I have not. I put it in a bag though. And it's okay. I understand.
All right. So now we get to slip over to the fun part of the evening. We're going to talk about, and we got a few ladies in the chat. If you'd like to join us, I can have Joe send you the link. Would you like to join us for a little sit and chat about the 12 days of quiltness?
Woohoo!
You are welcome. Tiffany's here. TeresaLouise is here. We can bring them on. So I'm waiting to see. I am okay. Do you like FPP or EP?
I have never done it, but when I do try it, I'm going to use Tracy, the sewing channel on the sewing channel. She put a video out on how to do an easier version of paper piecing. So I do want to try it.
Tiffany can't join. She's editing a video. That's okay.
I wonder which one.
I do too. I wonder, rock, paper, scissors. Am I going to be right or you? So the girls are busy, so we'll just chit about it a little bit. And that's okay. Do you want to tell me anything about your 12 days of quiltness?
Actually, Becca gave me the idea that I ended up using part of it. So I have to thank her because I was struggling.
Did you get like blocked?
Yes. And then I actually did a quilt that I could have used that pattern for that. And anyway, so yes, she was kind enough, and see that once again, we were on the Zoom meeting and she said something that inspired me, and I'm like, okay. And then once I get inspired, then, I just go crazy.
You can run with it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Find any one of the 12 fabrics harder to work with than another?
Actually, the ones that were directional, I think were harder to work with.
Okay. I'm trying to pull teeth here. I don't want you to give too much away. I'm thinking of light fabrics versus dark fabrics.
Well, the ones that were brighter, I liked. So I'll say light fabrics.
Okay. Was there more than one ugly fabric?
Yeah, there were a couple.
Joe's sitting over here chuckling because he saw my look when I was throwing him out. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this? Let me see. Are you doing quilt, wall hanging, or ugly rug?
Quilt.
Is it done and edited? Haha, crunch time.
Yeah, no. It's as far along as I would normally have gotten. Now I have to go the extra mile.
If anybody has any questions for April, now's the time to go ahead and drop them in the chat. I can't wait to see everyone's collaboration Christmas video. I'm telling you what, it's going to be hysterical. Mine was ugly. TeresaLouise says hers is ugly. I loved yours. I think beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Honestly.
Absolutely.
I swore rock, paper, scissors. Mine was the ugliest until I opened this envelope. And then I was like, yeah, I'm running. I know somebody's running a second with mine. So Tiffany says hers is ugly. I don't think so.
I doubt it. I highly doubt that. And
If we
Donna's,
were
yours
doing the
isn't either.
prettiest and then the ugliest, I think I'm going to do that on mine. I'm going to let my subscribers vote prettiest fabric in the end.
Oh,
and
there
the
you go.
ugliest.
Yeah.
That'll be my second giveaway.
Oh, there you go.
I just got
There
it.
you go.
Yeah. Tucker's was ugly. Oh, I don't know. I kind of favored
I'm thinking
that.
I thought that too. I can't remember. Once I took them out of the envelope, I mostly lost track. A couple of them I
I
know.
probably already knew. This was Tucker's.
Oh, that's not ugly.
No. I'd
No, I
make
thought
some
Tucker's was pretty.
Christmas tree skirt, maybe. If he was here, he would kill me. But honest to goodness, and now, is this not the ugliest fabric that you ever saw? I had to really hunt to get that.
It was. You did an excellent job.
Yeah. I was just like, I scored big time. Truly, I think mine was the ugliest. Nah. Should be a great month of fun watching. I'm telling you what, it's going to be hysterical. So before April makes me laugh. Love watching her videos. I swear to God.
Oh, thank you.
Every morning I get up to see if she posted something new. I have my core group that get me through my days. We don't have cable, so we watch YouTube.
Yep. There
Mine
you go.
has, been beautifully quilted to hide the ugly fabric.
I believe that.
I wish I had a tenth of her talent in quilting. Someday I'll be at the halfway mark. I put Tucker as the ugliest and Teresa is a close second. I don't know. Different quitter. No, Donna. I have some of that. I really liked it. God love you, Heather. Oh my God.
Well, I had some of the fabrics that we got. Yeah.
He really did pull that one. But I think I did something cool with the shark. We'll see.
I did too, but I don't know. It's kind of, you have to really look at it in order to kind of get what I was thinking when I did it. So we'll have to see if anybody comes up with
when I saw
my
Ian's
thinking.
come out of the package, I didn't even see the shark hat because I was so sick. So I pulled it out and I'm putting them in stacks with Post-it notes. And I was like, Joe, Ian mailed me a shark. And he goes, a shark's not Christmas. And I was just like, okay, he got ugliest. And I'm just dibbing for myself. And then when I start to do my project and I pulled it back up, I said, oh, for the love of God, it's got a hat. I think it's hysterical. I'm just like dying to see what everybody come up with. It's been a blast. Have you enjoyed it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I think everything from being invited into this has been amazing. Yeah. And the friendships that we're all building along the way. I mean, that's the cream of the crop.
Absolutely. Yep. Everybody is so nice. And yeah, it's been great getting to know everybody. Yeah.
I mean, it's just been a godsend. I think it came to all of us at the perfect time in our YouTube. I'm not saying career. That's not what this is. It's just been a blast. And however it all came about, we all know it's just been fun. I
want to do one once a quarter
that I never would have met.
I know.
I watched you before this, and when they said you were coming on, I was like, oh, I was like fangirling, you know. And then after I got to meet you on a level, and I'm like, we are so much alike. I love it. I said, now I'm not intimidated.
Oh yeah, no, no, nothing to be intimidated by.
Yeah, it's been a blessing. I wish we could fly around, collect everybody, and do a road trip somewhere, and just
that would be awesome.
Have a blast. That would be amazing.
We could go quilt shop hopping world, United States wide
Could you imagine? That would be
on the bus. That
amazing.
would be great.
We could all like
Yes, it would.
fly out to Tiffany's,
Uh-huh.
go to TeresaLouise's, borrow her camper, and then we can all do it like that TV show where you go cross country with the tree
Yep,
hook
there
on
you go.
top and Granny a rocking.
Yep.
I think it'd be a hoot. So, guys, I'm going to give you the last of the countdown one more time, asking you, please, 3 days, guys, 3 more days. Set your alarms in your phones because I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss one of them. You do have to slip into each and every one of them and get a special word out of each one. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fast and it's going to be fabulous. That's all I can tell you. I don't think any of us has dropped the ball. I think we've all brought our best game. And this is fun. And you were saying something before I dropped the dates and the times of everybody that you wish we could do what?
1 a quarter. This would be awesome to do one of these challenges every quarter.
I would.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like maybe do the next one for Easter and summer. I'd be all in.
Yep, me too.
Absolutely. So the way this is going to roll out is in just 3 days, set your alarms for 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to see a premiere come out. The first one is going to be Tracy on December the 1st at the Sewing Channel. The next one is going to be Tiffany at Tiffany's Quilting Life at 6:30 as a premiere. Then we're going to have on December the 3rd, Kristen at ISeeStars. In each of these videos, they're going to be pointing you to the next day. So you're never going to lose track, and you're always going to be able to go into everybody's description box as well to see who tomorrow is. So then on the 4th, you're going to have Sweet April. On the 5th, you're going to have So Becca. On the 6th, you're going to have Die of Sister Chicks. On the 7th, you're going to have Ian, the off-kilter crafter. The 8th, you're going to have Chris at Sew the Distance. The 9th, you're going to have Fallon at Be It Quilts. The 10th is back here on my channel. The 11th is over at TeresaLouise's. And then on the 12th, we're going to close it out with Tucker of Tucker's Sewing and Quilting. So you're not going to want to miss anything. And I believe our giveaway, correct me if I'm wrong, is going to roll out after Tucker's video. Right. Is when everybody can, all the giveaways are going to open that night, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
And correct
so
me
you'll
if
have
I'm
all the
wrong.
words.
You're going to have 12 channels to go to, 12 chances to win.
Yep.
And if you want to win, you got to slip into all of them, fill out all the different for your chance to win. Each contest will close at different times. Am I correct? Or is that all going to close?
I'm not sure.
We'll get that information within a day or two. That way we've got it right. I messed mine up and pronounced Di's name is D, not Die. It's okay. Wait till you see my video. I look like death warmed over. I was fighting COVID when I recorded mine, and I'm not redoing it. So at least I'm not hacking up along, but you'll see. I was dedicated and I brought my best game sick. That's my excuse if you don't like what I made. It's going to be fun. Am I forgetting anything? You'll see a lot of us slipping into each other's premieres, chatting during the time that it's playing. And I'm telling you what, I wish that there was a way we could each send each other our videos so we could see it first. But then I want to see it right up front with everybody else. It's kind of like that hindsight, you know? I'll be Don't talk. Don't talk. I'll probably be watching everybody's videos a million times over.
Oh yeah.
That's just me. I'll miss half the stuff the first time going chatty Cathy. I have to go back afterwards and watch it again and again and again. But this is the best time of our life. I had a blast, and I'm thankful and blessed to be asked. So April, I don't want to keep you too long. But after this wraps up, maybe we need to have a wrap-up party, and then we could talk about, hey, anybody want to do this again?
Absolutely.
I'm all in.
Yep.
It's been an honor and a privilege to be included. We'll have to see what the consensus is when it's over. I'm hoping we got a
Yeah,
team.
it might just be you and me, Donna.
Hey, I'm all in. Anybody
Okay, cool.
else? It's okay. I'm sure we can fill a few spots. I would like that.
Yep.
I'm all in. Do you have to watch live? As I'm in Australia and the times might not be good. No, Janet.
Nope.
You can watch it at any time. The key word is you got to watch the video in its entirety. You have to go to that person's channel. Somewhere during that video, one time or maybe more, I don't know how these other ones are doing it, there might drop a special word. It could be peacock, pigeon, elephant, dinosaur, lizard, leopard. It could be anything. Just watched them all before the 17th for giveaways. So it's just going to be fun.
Yep.
And just get yourself a little scratch pad, write 1 through 12, watch the videos. You can binge watch them. I'll be doing that multiple
over and
times.
over and over.
I will. I swear, I asked Joe already. Put them on a thumbnail so that I can always keep these as memories, because this is going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to end the interview tonight. I definitely will ask April back again so that we can hang out. Maybe we'll do a project or something.
Oh, cool. That sounds like
That
fun.
would be fun.
Yes.
So you guys, thank you for joining us. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you back in the next video. Have a fun, fabulous evening.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, sweetheart.